Hi there, my name is Andrew from Park Runners Boat Sales and I'm here once again in Swanwick and taking on another Bavaria. This Bavaria is an S29. It's a 2020 model and it is in beautiful condition. You'd be forgiven for thinking this boat is new. I know I say that a lot, but this boat really does present in a very, very nice condition. Now the boat is powered by a single petrol engine. It's a 6.2 litre Mercury engine, and just underneath the walkthrough tour I'm going to put a few fuel consumption figures because the figures may surprise you. People naturally look at having diesel engines in this country, but actually the fuel consumption on this is excellent, and I would consider anybody looking at these boats to consider this because it's a little bit cheaper than diesel options and it's well worth considering. So let's crack on with the rest of the walkthrough tour. Okay, so in the cockpit of this S29, the first thing you notice is the upholstery. Now, I'm so used to seeing Silvertex upholstery that it took me slightly by surprise to see what this is. Now, I can't quite tell you what it is, but what I can tell you is it looks like a fabric from a distance, but when you get close, it's actually a completely water-resistant vinyl, which has basically got a weave in it. Which is incredible because it really does look like it's a really nice soft fabric, but it's not. It's completely wiped clean and very, very durable. I have no idea what the make and model of the fabric is, but I'm impressed by it. The feeling in this for a 29-foot boat actually is very, very good. You've got a good amount of height here to the radar arch. The covers are presented in nice condition, and in terms of space, you've got really good space around here. You've easily got enough space there for 6 people sitting around the table. And you've also got an excellent sun pad cushion at the back. Now that sun pad is not only practical because it is able to be used as a sun pad, but if you go back off the boat a second, I'll show you a little hidden feature that's underneath that sun pad. It hides the most enormous storage locker I think I've ever seen on a boat. You might as well turn that into another cabin. So if we just lift this up here, you'll see that nestling inside there, you'd easily get a couple of children in there. Maybe that's just the way I treat my children. But if you pull back out again, you can see there is an enormous amount of space in there. It would be excellent to put a tender, put an outboard engine, put all your fenders, anything you want to store in there would be great. And in fact, the latest craze is having these flight boards. I reckon you could even get one of those in there because storing them is quite tricky. So really, really good use of space in there. And nestling underneath here is the engine. I'll come back to that a bit later. So pull this back down again and that covers that up, so it's really nice, nicely protected, that area, and then the covers just clip down onto these clips. I'll leave the covers off for the now because that whole back sun pad area lifts up and reveals the engine, which I'll show you a little bit later on. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the camera and I'm just going to go down below and just show you a bit more of the space around. The cockpit wise, you've got Raymarine equipment, a big fan of Raymarine equipment, and you've got one of the Elements plotters on there. Always like the controls, so you've got the Mercury control there for the petrol engine on this, and then as you may have seen the walkthrough tour on the S40 we've just done, you've got a very, very similar control panel there which controls all of the electrical systems, and this boat is also fitted with a bow thruster. So if we go down below, take my shoes off and down into the space. A surprising amount of space. So this galley area is really good. There's good headroom height, and I like the fact that you've got features up here with you've got light coming through into the space, and then you've got another hatch at the top here, and then a really good U-shaped seating down here which converts into an extra cabin, and that space there comfortably sit 4 or 5 people around it, but also convert that into a large double bed, so if you have guests staying on board the boat, you've got a really nice option for them as well. The 240 system, sorry, the 12 volt system is powered up here as well. And then if we open up this locker, you can see the trip there for the 240 system, full hanging height, and then space in there for life jackets as well. The storage space all the way along, and then you barely notice it actually, but there's quite a nice size 28-inch television at the back there, which would create a really cosy little cabin if you were out and the weather got pretty horrible, or did come down below. It's English weather, it's quite likely to happen. Then you've got an option there of having a nice television to watch down below. The hob is a 2-burner electric hob, and then you've got storage space in underneath all of these areas, and just inside this one you've got a little fridge in there as well. So everything that you need. The heads on this is really surprising. I think this is one of the nicest heads on a 29-foot boat that I've seen. Very comfortable. It turns into a complete wet room, so you've got a shower which is up there, and then you've got all this area here drains down as well. You've got a porthole and more storage space in here as well. And then into the aft cabin, which is the master cabin on this boat, and it's an excellent size. So you have got a little seat, so you can sit down and get changed, but then you've also got this really, really good size double berth under here. You've got lighting at the top, more storage space, and then a storage locker here, and then light coming through this space as well. So it really is a lovely little cabin. And again, I like the touches Bavaria have done, like put up the little skylight here. So anywhere that you can get a bit more space and light flooding into the cabin, Bavaria have done that very, very cleverly on this boat. So I mentioned that I wanted to show you the engine access. The engine access on this boat is actually very, very good, but it's operated via the hatch. So what I need to do is press a button, and as if by magic, the hatch comes up. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick cut now. I'll press the button, the hatch will come up, and I'll just see you in the engine bay in a moment. Okay, so as if by magic, the hatch has opened. And you have fantastic access to this engine. I can't state really how easy it would be to work around this engine. This boat can also come with a twin option, which is why you have an enormous amount of space around this 6.2 litre Mercruiser. The bilges in here are very, very clean and tidy, and I like things like you're seeing all the batteries nicely strapped down, but just easy access to everything. And then your fuel tank, again, very nice easy access, is just down in here with a calorifier down there as well. So it does have excellent access to the engine there, and it's just got a very, very nice feel boat. So we talk a lot about this sort of entry-level cruiser, 29, 30 feet, and I think you'd be hard-pushed to find a better boat than this, which can really get you on the water having fun with your family. Let's have a walk down the side. So as we come off, excellent side access, so you can step up here. The fuel filler cap is just inside there as well. Typical Bavaria, good handholds everywhere as you walk down. And then as you come down here, you can just hold on to the grab rails as you walk forwards. There are sun pad cushions for the bow as well, so this whole bow area can convert into a sun pad area. The moulded deck is very nice and easy to clean. You can see it's raised, it's slightly pimpled, but it's not got lots and lots of grooves, which sometimes makes it a bit of a nightmare to clean boats like this. The boat feels very sturdy. When we're walking around it, the boat's not tipping over to one side or the other. It's just got a very good sturdy feel to it. Up on the bow, you've got access to your windlass, and you've got an electric windlass control there, which is operated from the helm position. Sometimes you have bow boarding options, and that's why this is easy to get through to. So you can either bow board or just take the clips off there, and you've got easy access to get to the anchor or anything you should need on the bow. So walking back down again, nice wide side steps. I'm not actually holding on at the moment. This is now cue for me falling in. But actually it's really, really nice and easy to walk around. And then we just step back down into the rear area. As we step back and have another quick look at the boat, the lines on it I really like. I think it's got a lovely sporty feel to it. It's slightly ruined at the moment because I've got that engine hatch up. But if we look down the boat here, you've got this black stripe that runs all the way down it, and it has a very nice look to it. I think that pretty much brings to a close this walkthrough tour. This has been the Bavaria S29. Really, really nice boat, 2020 boat, available at an excellent price, probably because it's got the single petrol. But as I mentioned earlier on, what I'm going to do underneath this video is just put a little comparison of the fuel burn and give an average season where somebody might be doing 50 to 100 hours, and what that means in real terms, because I think you'll be quite surprised the difference it makes and the opportunity this boat represents to purchase at the price that it's available at. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough tour, and I'll bring you the next one very, very soon. Many thanks.